Hello, thanks for coming by PosterCentral.com's video blog today. I'm Pete Howard, and simple, right? But what a dramatically good James Brown concert poster, original 14 by 22 inch window card from 1961. Look at this thing. Isn't this, I don't know, maybe it's not just me, it's my collector friends too, but if you have seen my other video blogs on James Brown, you might say to yourself, well, wait a minute, Pete's raving about this big giant, 22 by 30 inch dazzling window card full of all kinds of great colors and everything, and calls that great. How can he call this little small, simple, not too small, but just simple thing so great as well? And that's a good question. But when I do go through concert posters, like in my friends' collections and so forth, I only pick the greatest ones to show. There's plenty of them where it's kind of like, yeah, that's okay. Yeah, that's pretty good, not bad, but not quite worthy of blogging. So just go for the jugular, go for just the great posters, and I think this one, this one falls in that category. The tricky part might be conveying in words exactly to you who may not be totally familiar with the Tillman posters or the James Brown run, putting it in words why it's so good, because it very much is just a strong visceral reaction that I have and collectors have when you see a poster that you really love. And I will say that, us collectors, because I tend to represent a general consensus as well. If I love something and everybody else thinks it stinks, I probably won't blog it. But, when all my serious collector friends and I gather around a poster like this, a new discovery, and we go, ooh, wow, then you pretty much know you have a winner. And believe me, this is a winner. There's no doubt about it. Now, one of the reasons this was so compelling also is because me and my collector friends were so used to the Tillman style, this poster printing company out of Oakland, California, that specialized in soul and R&B in the 50s and 60s, did a lot of rock and roll too. But you've got the classic one artist on here, the tilted name, see that, the sprinkled song titles throughout, split fountain effect where the colors change throughout the poster. It's just such a late 50s, early 60s template for Tillman. And I've seen, in fact I've blogged for you Bill Haley and his Comets and Jerry Lee Lewis posters just like this. So when you see a new one for the first time with a new artist, it's just a tremendous jolt, on a collector level of course, and you're always wondering what else is out there that you haven't seen yet. So that's sort of some background on that. But here we go. Look at that. Eagles Ballroom, a very famous venue in Seattle, Washington, had lots of great rock and R&B shows through the 50s and 1960s. And you can see under that it says Seattle, Washington. I think it's kind of funny, probably this was only posted in the area, right? Up, around Washington State, in that area. So, 75% of the people, whatever, 50 to 75, knew where the Eagles Ballroom was, but everybody, 100% of people who saw this poster knew where Seattle was. So to put Washington on there is 100% superfluous. But then again, the poster was printed by Tillman a couple of states to the south, and so they were just probably following formalities by putting Seattle, Washington on there, but that's good for a giggle. Okay, then you've got Saturday, April 15th, dancing 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. That's just very standard. And then, in person, James Brown and his orchestra, and you can see at the bottom, plus the Flames. That's a little puzzling too. The Flames, sure, they started out as the Flames, something like 54, and then, 55 or 56 changed to the famous Flames. But for some reason, these Tillmans, I've blogged another one or two from the late 50s with James Brown and early 60s, just stick with the Flames, and I don't know why. I don't know if it's, the printer made the decision, or the booking agent, or I can't imagine management or James wanting to leave off famous, and I can't imagine it's for space reasons, because, they made the Flames pretty darn large there to fill the bottom line on that poster, and so I just, it's a head scratcher, but that's one of the fun things about collecting old concert posters, is you have lots of head scratchers. You just really don't know why, and I don't know why they kept, other concert posters from 61 definitely have the famous Flames on there. Then you got a really nice publicity photo there of James, you can see, with this nice handkerchief in his pocket and everything. And, you got nice artistic touches. Look at that right in the center. You even have that musical staff with some notes and a treble clef, whatever that is. I gotta be careful, I used to take piano lessons, but it's been a long time. Just a nice artistic touch, you know. And then the song titles I always like to key on. As you can see under his photo there, you've got Bewildered. And that was actually his current 45 right now, and a top 10 R&B hit, as a matter of fact, in April of '61. So that's perfectly appropriate. That's just great to have on there. The other two, I'm not so sure. Under orchestra and under his last name there, you can see it says Good Good Lovin' and I Got to Change, which is actually I've Got to Change. Those are both head scratchers. I mean, they were stiff singles. They went nowhere from 2 years ago. They were consecutive singles in the spring and summer of 1959, and here we are in the spring of '61, and what are they doing on the poster? Now, whether it was a booking agent, management, or whatever, sometimes they'll put a stiff record on here because it's recent and they want to try to sell some more copies. But 2 years ago, he had had several releases since then, you know, you just can't really figure it out. And a concert poster is made and posted to sell tickets. I mean, that's what you wanted. You wanted rear ends and seats. So where's, you know, instead of those two unknown songs, why didn't they have like Try Me or Think? A couple of monster top 10 James Brown R&B hits, you know, from before this show. So, I don't know, kind of leaves me bewildered, I guess you could say, if you want to be corny, and that's something I unfortunately am a little too often. And then you've got that aforementioned split fountain effect. You've got the red on the top, the blue in the middle for James Brown, and it segues down into a very unusual and gorgeous purple color down there at the bottom of James' last name and the flames and stuff. Really a nice effect. This could be known a little bit as the purple James Brown, perhaps, from Tillman from '61. So, bewilderment aside, a great fun piece to talk about and show you, and I hope you enjoyed it today. So, thanks a lot for dropping by, and we'll see you next time for something soon. Have a good day. Bye-bye.